welcome back to another Divinity Original Sin 2 playthrough. When last we left, we were trying to finish up some stuff. I switched out for the elf in my party. What was her name? Sahila, I believe. But she killed a lizard dragon folk just because it seemed like it just seemed like, yeah, so I quickly got rid of her. She also seemed racist against dragons from the beginning, so I got rid of her. But we now have Fane, Beast, and Ifin, who will most likely hopefully be our primary party moving forward. We explored this little mysterious cave thing, and now I believe we're pretty much good to leave the island. There's not many different things that I want to do besides, escape, silenced, the burning pigs. I still don't know about the burning pigs, but perhaps we'll meet again, like it says there in the description. Alright, so I'm going to go back to... Go back to town real quick, just to see if I need to sell anything. Down here.
She looks at you with...
Good to see you. You take care now. And don't you let me down.
It looks like we got a bunch of stuff to identify. Forgot about that. Alright, so two-handed mace. Ooh. Grants all in and whirlwind. I might have to start using this. Need to find out what whirlwind is, but holy smokes. Nice. A shield. Okay, decent shield, not bad. Boots. An amulet. Wits and Geomancer. Alright, it has an empty slot there. Alright. Alright, so now that you all see that, I'm gonna reassign some stuff to... Four? I'm gonna reassign some equipment to my people and sell some stuff. So give me a couple minutes and then we'll continue on and leave the island. Whoop whoop. Alright, so I think I'm all done. One thing I am going to do with Fane here is instead of having him as a dwarf, since we now have our friend Beast, I'm going to make him an elf instead. See if he says anything fun or interesting here. Turn into an elf. Understood, okay. Nice. I also like his armor, his shoulders, or his epaulets and things. Alright, cool. But now we're going to continue on here. Leave this area behind. Is there anything on him? No, okay. Let's talk to our friend.
Let's go.
Board the boat.
Malady grabs the vessel with two hands and pushes it into the water. She hops on board behind you.
God woken. Wait till she finds out.
Salty water mists your face. Your skin prickles in bright, warm sunlight. The boat bobs forward through the water, and Fort Joy shrinks behind you.
Tired but victorious, the party made for the Lady Vengeance. The horrors of Fort Joy behind them. They arrived as sorcerers. They left as God-woken. The fate of this God-forsaken world now rested on their shoulders. Or at least, on the shoulders of one of them.
Those are Miranda's shoulders, BT dubs. She has them padded as well. It's the 80s.
A light sea breeze kisses your cheek and carries away the smell of blood wafting up from the deck. In the distance, Fort Joy looms.
We will not be held.
What were they thinking, standing against an Eternal? I almost pity the poor, ignorant beasts.
I've no sympathy for those who die in the line of duty, especially as odious a duty as those dead Magisters held.
Bad luck to let the dead linger aboard. As soon as we get moving, we ought to clear the deck.
Absolutely.
Onward now. The sooner Fort Joy disappears from the horizon, the better. Perhaps the Seekers need help manning the ship.
Magic pockets. Miranda has taken pains. Oh. Because looks like they're going to man the decks. I mean, what you want?
The squirrel looks around the boat, chittering excitedly. At least he sounds happy.
Sounds happy, okay. Alright, well then let me level Miranda up real quick. This shouldn't take me too long. I'm just gonna put one here, one there. And then put a point into warfare. Then I get a talent. I'll look at the talents later. Alright. I was trying to see if I could like lift them up telekinetically and move them off the boat. And I guess all these people are... Oh. Sudden journal.
Deliver us from peril.
That is keeping a diary. Ooh, it's a big day.
Pray to you for my seeker brethren. Show us the path.
So to begin, today the Divine Lady. Oh my gosh, this is a long journal. Alright, I'm not going to read that. But I will pick it up.
Hear my prayer. Show us the
Alright, I had a quest with it, so I guess I'll read it.
from peril.
Alright, inventory. Ooh, girl, that's a lot of inventory. Okay. Sodden diary.
Sandelius, pray to you for my seeker brethren. Show us the path to salvation.
So, to begin today, the Divine Lady Dallas, Hammer of the Order, arrived on board. She swept by in all her momentous gloriousness, and I fancy that as she glanced at me, a tiny smile twitched at the corner of her mouth. The hammer smiled at me. What? Possibly. Then she went to her stateroom, and there she spoke to the doors. Okay. I did not hear the whole of the conversation, but I believe she spoke of the principle of fortitude, which is, of course, an important part of both the ethos of the order and the maritime construction. The door seemed subtly inspired and opened for her. She glided inside, and we have not seen her since. A momentous day. Orders. We have orders. The ship is to see action. An evil band of rebels has landed on the island, and we are to destroy their ship, perhaps them too. Tomorrow I shall recount the story of our glorious victory. Fortitude is the key. Fortitude shall open the doors. Huh. I wonder if that's a clue for a later something.
Blessings to our fallen. Pray that they may find rest. Don't go any further, Godwoken. We need you alive.
What's going on?
The ship won't sail. We had orders to search every corner of it and figure out what's blocking us. It's hewn from elven livewood. I thought I could communicate with it, but
She glances over towards a smouldering pile of ash on the deck nearby. Something is nestled within it. Fragments of scorched bone.
that was Brendan. When the ship wouldn't answer my call, he touched the figurehead, and it attacked him, without warning. He burned, like he was made of parchment.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Her eyes flick over to the smouldering ashes once again, her head held at a despondent angle.
Thank you. We were held captive together, on this ship. He kept my spirits up. Now he's dead.
Did you learn anything useful before the figurehead attacked?
Nothing. The ship is livewood, that much is clear. But I couldn't communicate with it. The Magisters must have done something, warped it somehow. I just don't know what.
I'll be careful.
Just remember what I said, Godwoken. If you die, then this was all for nothing.
Okay.
Ter Sindelius, hear my prayer.
I'm gonna explore a little bit more, then I might come back and touch
Show us the way
that.
forward. Deliver us from peril.
I don't know why I don't want to miss out on any loot.
Spare me, Gareth. We got what we came for. This is what success looks like.
I won't see them tossed overboard. Not here. We'll hold a proper service.
What's his face and so would want us to get this ship sailing before all else.
Whew.
They died for those Godwoken, after all.
You know their names, Malady. Can't you even pay them that much respect?
No, she can't.
Gareth inhales sharply, then catches you out of the corner of his eye and smiles, barely.
Our guest stirs. Welcome, Godwoken. Glad to see you safely aboard.
Very glad indeed.
I'm sorry about all these fallen soldiers.
Too many.
One too few, actually.
Ooh.
Alexander, he's alive.
What happened?
Apparently, you didn't hit hard enough.
He's in the hold below decks. Unconscious, but alive.
What do they plan to do with Alexander?
Question him. Someone has been hunting your kind, and Alexander fancies himself the only Godwoken worthy of ascending. As far as we know, you may even be the last still alive. If Alexander is guilty, he'll face justice.
Better get my move on before the Order realizes he's so large.
Yes, we certainly had better, but the ship won't move.
She's mute. We need to free her tongue.
Can I take a crack at the wheel?
You're welcome to try, though I doubt it'll help.
What Gareth means to say is don't bother. Livewood will only move when it wants to, or in this tub's case, when it's forced to. That's right. The ship's made of an elven ancestor tree, the spirit of which is still trapped in every plank. What we need is a way to control the bloody thing.
Do you have any leads on how to gain control of the ship?
The Seekers, the survivors of us, have been combing the ship from bow to rudder. It hasn't been easy. This place is laced with dark magic.
These Seekers have such a limited skill set.
I don't like you, Malady.
We lost a man in the search. Malady might not appreciate that, but I do. And I hope you do too.
I'm sure the Godwoken will be able to get the ship moving. They kind like to feel useful, don't they?
I look around and I'm eager to get away from Port Joy.
That's the spirit.
Nothing on any of the dead bodies. Maybe there's something below decks.
Oh, the Red Prince.
scales are singed.
Say, why am I still on fire? Nice. Hatch downstairs.
There must be something around here.
Let me see what this journal says. Native Elvenwood. Lady Vengeance is conscious but unable to sail. The password for the master cabin is fortitude. Okay, let me find the master cabin then.
Nothing. Damn it.
Nice. No, I'm good with those. Okay. No, I'm good. Hey, Fane. Oh no, that's not Fane.
Melody says if we can get the ship to move, we can go home.
Alright. It looks like that's a full 360 right there. Good on the hatch.
The door seems like any door, at least at first. Then you notice its unblemished wood. There is no knot, no scratch, no dent to detract from its apparent perfection.
Reach up and knock.
The wood groans and creaks. For a moment, you swear a face appears in the wood. A face tortured and tormented, a six-sided shape carved upon its forehead. The face vanishes.
State the password. Fortitude.
The door remains closed. It seems you need more than a password to open it.
Ah. Strange.
The Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Can't you say anything else? Bloody Magisters.
Hey, don't I know you from somewhere?
Yeah, you followed me back on the island.
So, we've got quite the task on our hands, haven't we? I have to admit, the whole thing is very intriguing.
Don't know what the next chapter will hold. Nope, I'm not. If you're in control of yourself, we should journey together again. No. It's nice to have met you.
She cocks her head and looks at you for a long moment. Her eyes are dull and dark, more sunken than they used to be.
Nice to have met you too. You're on your way then?
I'm not going anywhere just yet.
All right, Chief, take it easy. This old bucket heaves like a hangover.
Are you talking about the bucket that's on your head?
If it were up to me, you'd be swinging from the end of a rope, not locked up in here.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
You keep saying that. It won't save you.
A young Magister paces around the brig, fussing over Alexander's unconscious form. She leans over and applies a damp cloth to his brow. She notices you observing her. She straightens her back and sets her jaw in a defiant scowl.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance. That's all the information I'm giving to any of you lot. So stow your questions, lizard.
I'm no seeker, but they're always grateful for those that help them. They might be nicer to you if you tell us how to get the ship moving.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the...
Raise your hands and tell her she doesn't have to tell you anything yet. She just has to listen.
The Magister falls silent, but stares at you with unwavering defiance.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna do a wits one. No, intelligence.
There's a shift in the Magister's expression, a flicker of doubt. Then...
I'm a good Magister, loyal. But Dallas, something about her has changed. She's toying with dark magic, like a common sorcerer. She used to sing to the ship. It let her control it. She had this old book of hymns and incantations. It was only ever in her hands, or else locked away in her cabin at the stern. That's all I know.
Thank you for that marvelous introduction. I put a spell on you. Seville, frack you. Alright, let's see. Let's try again,
The door
shall
remains
we?
unmarked. The door remains closed. It seems... The door remains unmarked.
Rattle the doorknob.
The anguished face appears, then vanishes. The door remains
Strange. Let me see if there's anything new in the journal.
There must be something around here. Something we're missing.
I'm gonna go back here, see if I can get a new option with this here. Nope.
My scales are singed.
I'm gonna go to the other side of the boat. What is that? Is that blood? Okay.
Hear my prayer. Show us the way forward.
Alright, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go touch this Maeve.
Before you is a towering figurehead carved in the likeness of a dragon. It looms over the bow, its fangs bared at the open sea.
You spot a mark on the figurehead. It's a living scar, the same type used to subdue elves back home in the Empire.
At that moment, the ship serendipitously creaks beneath you, almost like it is acknowledging your observation.
Lay my hand on the figurehead.
Searing pain races up your arm. The ship senses you. It's angry.
Keep my hand where it is.
The pain intensifies. It's spreading past your arm, across your chest. Your lungs feel like they're on fire.
Ah! I'm at a loss.
The figurehead looms ahead, continuing its silent watch.
Show us the way forward. Deliver us from peril.
I'm leaving that for now. And let me go back downstairs, see if there's anything else.
You're here! Pretty nice boat, eh? We got an upgrade.
Yes, we did, Han.
There's got to be another way to get it going, but we can't find a way into Dallas's room. Maybe you can see something we can't.
There's something to these doors I'm not seeing. But what?
The door remains unmarked. The door stays resolutely closed.
Let me try this door.
The door seems like any door, at least at first. Then you notice its unblemished wood. There is no knot, no scratch, no dent to detract from its apparent perfection.
Reach for the doorknob.
The wood groans and creaks. For a moment, you swear a face appears in the wood. A face tortured and tormented, a six-sided shape carved upon its forehead.
Six-sided shape.
The face vanishes. The door stays resolute.
A six-sided shape. What?
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate.
Got that Magister to talk?
Yes, I did.
Oh, good work. I knew she'd crack eventually. Good luck getting anything out of either of them. Our special guest is out cold, and the other one ain't in much of a talking mood.
I'll have to try.
All right then, just don't make me regret it. I'll keep an eye on the red until the cage is locked again.
Get away from him, sorcerer. That's the divine.
You're alone, unarmed, and there's a ship full of seekers who'd happily throw you overboard. You're in no position to make demands.
All right. Don't harm him. I'll be watching.
I won't harm him.
Bishop Alexander lies supine on a bare wire cot. Though unconscious, his eyes are only half closed. His swollen jaw hangs open at an odd angle.
Too late for that now, Red.
Get a good look at his face.
Bruises swell beneath his eyes, and a shallow gash zigzags from his right ear down to his beardless cheek. Unconscious, he looks more boy than bishop.
Look at his hands.
Someone has wiped the bishop's hands clean and folded them neatly over his abdomen. They rise and fall in shallow, jagged swells.
Look at his simple regalia.
A beautiful six-sided gem rests on the bishop's chest, hung round his neck by an ordinary oiled rope.
Boom, that's what we need.
The gem sits heavily in your pouch.
Thank you. Close the doors. Alright, I'm gonna come over here to this door. Ooh, that's a pretty mirror.
Find something useful.
No one's ever regretted having extra help in a fight.
Ooh. I can change my look, and I love that mace. Oh my god. Yes, I want to cancel changes and exit. But nice. I'm gonna come over this way and sneak in this door.
No entry allowed through the starboard stateroom door. Please use the port side door.
All right.
The door remains unmarked.
Hold the gem out.
The anguished face appears once more. It dips its forehead towards you and waits.
Hold the gem to the six-sided shape.
A shudder of pleasure racks the figure in the door. It seems to breathe. All of a sudden, all anguish is gone. It gives you the sternest of looks.
I am summoned. Speak the password.
Fortitude.
Yes, and yes again. The word is spoken. Welcome to the stateroom.
Whoop whoop. We in there like swimwear. Alright. Let's see what
Just
we can...
one more moment, please.
What?
He clicks together two halves of some type of gauntlet sitting in his lap and turns his full attention to you.
And there. Rescued at last, am I? To whom do I owe my thanks?
We've seized the ship from the Magisters, and who the bloody hell are you?
I'm a prisoner, of course. Do you think I'd be sitting here calmly if I was a Magister holdout? That infernal Dallas woman left me trapped here, too weak to escape. It seems I'm in your debt.
Prisoners aren't usually held in the master cabin. Why are you here, though, and how did you get in here?
Dallas took a particular interest in me and my skills. I'm an expert in healing, crafting, and more arcane practices. She kept me here to do her bidding. Until you took her flagship from right under her nose, it seems.
Sounds like you were kept as a personal slave.
Oh, yes. And she could be a most cruel mistress, I'm sad to report.
He extends his arm and pushes up the sleeve. Beneath, the skin is withered and discolored, as if it were magically decayed.
Aw, he's Dumbledore in Book 6.
She used some form of domination device on me, forcing my hands to do her bidding, and I've ruined them in the process.
I'm so sorry.
Well, the situation is looking immeasurably better now. You'll hear no more complaints from me. So why don't you tell me all about my valiant rescuers? To whom do I owe my thanks?
I am none less than the future savior of Rivellon.
A lofty take on yourself, no?
Mm-hmm.
I suppose time will take measure of your actions. I ought to continue what I'm doing here. Unless there was anything else?
Do you know what might be causing the ship to be immobile?
Dallas didn't tell me anything if she could avoid it. But I did overhear her practicing an ancient lizard dialect. That might ring a bell with you, might it?
Note that when sung, certain dialects of your mother's tongue can be used to control slaves.
My thoughts exactly. Curious how Dallas would seek to learn such things, don't you think? Perhaps she left something behind to point to her intentions.
What about the armor you're tinkering with?
Took it? No. I made it! Have you seen the kind of metalwork the Magisters deploy? This is in a different class to them! As I said, the Magisters left me weakened. But this will help give me the strength to carry on my work.
Alright. So we need to find her book of songs. Oh god, there's so many books here. How do I open this door now? Let me see if I can open this small pick lock. Okay, I need Fane.
I spotted something.
What? Sweet. Okay, so I need to move this to right. Was that not heavy enough? Can I move the chair? I honestly don't know what to do. I mean, do I need to like get one of my peeps to be back in my group? But I don't know where any of the ones that I want are. Okay, no. Suppose you're still gonna say no here.
For security.
I've got sword.
Well, there must be something around here.
Beast, is that you?
Let's team up, you and me. What do you say?
Sounds like a great idea.
Now, onward!
Sweet, okay. There he is. Alright, now we just need Fane. Is this Fane?
I must say, you may not be an Eternal, but you are certainly not as temporary as many of your fellows. Personally, I am just glad that I do not have to walk back to Reaper's Coast. Wind travel may be primitive, but it is at least efficient.
Doesn't need wind to move in general.
Livewood? You have taken a dead elf and carved it into a pleasure yacht? I knew you people were barbarians. I had no idea you were sadists, too.
Do you have a problem with that, Fane?
Well, no matter. Whatever gets me to Reaper's Coast quickly. I have an excavation site to explore.
What do you hope to find at this excavation site?
The only treasure worth digging for. Knowledge.
Aww.
I was investigating a site where several artifacts of my people have been found. Some were even intact.
Ooh.
Alas, I was not the only one there. Those red-robed idiots were scurrying about too, trampling precious clues under their ignorant boots. They caught me when I failed to correctly respond to their questions, and dragged me here. Still, it's good to be on the move again. Well, you see, I have a rather pressing engagement at the Black...
The skeleton breaks off mid-sentence as he notices your hand. He pulls out a notebook, flicking through it, running a finger down the pages.
What?
Physical contact, voice lowered, coy looks. Good heavens. Is this a mating ritual?
Drape my arm over his shoulder and say, so what if it is?
Why, that would be excellent! I have been curious about this for some time. The social interactions, the expectations, the mechanics.
Right, the mechanics.
Come now, let's begin immediately. I shall compile my notes afterwards.
Oh, Fane.
Fane grabs your hand and enthusiastically pulls you behind the screen.
Oh, snap.
Well, that was most unusual. I mean, I had read all the leading authorities on it, but I didn't think... It's just... that thing you did with your tongue. It was quite unexpected.
Aw, aggressively pull my boots back on. That was a total waste of my time. We seem to work well as a team. You should join me.
A team? What an interesting prospect. You certainly seem capable in Fort Joy, and a companion on Reaper's Coast could be quite educational. Very well, I am open to this. I believe you normally spit on your palms to seal agreements, but I seem to lack the fluid and the desire to touch you. I hope a hearty verbal agreement will suffice.
You don't want to touch me? Wow, then what did we just do back there?
Very well, let's be off.
Alright, now we got Fane. Now we just gotta go get Ifin. Ifin, where are you? Alright. I'll find him. Yeah, I'll find him soon. But I think I'm going to call it a day here. I'm going to look around, see if I can find Ifin, and bring him in the beginning of the next video. I hope you're enjoying this. Let me know. Leave a comment. All that fun stuff. And I guess I will see you later.
I was just getting used to this seafaring life. You know, we could... From the look in your eye, I gather it's time to grab my things and get back to work.
Alright, so I found Ifin really quickly here, so I'm just going to include this in this video. Agreed, it's time to get the party back together.
Ready. We'd probably get tired of this view soon enough anyway.
Boom! Alright, I'm also going to level up everybody, but there you go, there you have it. Alright, again, goodbye everybody, have a wonderful day. See ya.